My name is Ismael Tarazon. I go by Ray. I was in the Army for 6 years and spent 37 years in prison for a crime I did not commit. I was an innocent man. I grew up in East LA, Moyle Heights. It was a close family. My dad, I learned a lot from him. To respect and help people that need help. I had a 64, 76 Chevy Love, and a 69. And my mom always take her and my aunt wherever they needed. My parents taught us the right way, but you always seem to go off to the left field with friends. I was getting in trouble as a teenager. So at 17 years old, I went into the Army. When I got orders to go to Germany, I didn't want to go to Germany because I've never been out of the state. But I ended up loving it. We ended up going to France, Trier, Luxembourg, Munich, and even went to go see where Walt Disney got his original idea for the castle. Those are the times I miss. I tried to re-enlist. I wanted to go back to Fort Hood, and I got put back in the tank battalion. I ended up driving for a major, and he had his own tank. It was like a Cadillac. I served 6 years in the Army. I loved it. When I got out of the service, I was only out 8 months and no more dreams no more when I got arrested for 2 murders. November 22nd, 83, I was walking home. There were 2 bodies on the ground and 2 people just got shot. One was already dead and the other one was my brother-in-law. LAPD, from the crime scene, they took me down as a witness. They kept me because I told them that was my brother-in-law, but I was innocent. My murder trial, the first DA, he used my military background to get me convicted.
They said my brother shot them, ran up Lee Street, went to the house, took the gun apart, my mom hid it, buried it, and my brother changed clothes and walked back up to the crime scene. I was like, he must be faster than Superman to do all that. It was a hung jury when the jury came back, and the judge told them that they had to go back and deliberate. And 38 years later,
Life without it is like a black hole. It ain't got nothing coming. Life without me is life without. They took my life away. They took my youth away. And my mom and dad. I'm getting emotional, but I miss my mom because, and my dad because I wasn't able there to help them when they were sick and when they passed away. That's what I miss. I wasn't there for them. When I first got to Folsom in prison, I got some color pencils, some paper, and some paints. I had a little locker, and I used it as a table. Painting meant a lot in there. And that brought me closer to the guys. So they asked me, hey, could you help me paint? I enjoy teaching. If they ask, I'll teach them. It's the only joy for us in that black hole. In 2017, the guys were starting doing like commutations, but they were keeping that in the secret wrap. Even though you had life without it, and I'm innocent, there was that possibility. That was my hopes. They called 8 of us into the lieutenant's office. When that got my turn, they go, you know what we're calling you for? And my son's getting commuted. So I got commuted from life without 35 life.
the reason he landed up at U.S. Vets was because on his first parole hearing, one of the board members came up to me and told me, this is what I want you to tell your brother to do. And he did what was requested of him.
I was released in 2021. The pro officer, they told me if I report to U.S. Vets, they probably have a bed for me. They had a bed for me. And that's where the process started.
When Ray came here, he was this big old macho looking guy that did not smile. He had squinty eyes. He looked at you like, oh man, just move out of his way. I said, but I'm not afraid of you, so come on, let's talk. When we talked, we actually had a common interest. I'm into arts. Well, I'm gonna try to get you as much material as I can so you have something to do. He went from not talking at all to every now and then he would come up, Brother Woods, I want to show you something. Brother Woods, I did this. I'm like, okay, good. You might not want to talk to me, but as long as I see it on paper, I'll feel better.
Brother Woods, he took me under his wing. Whatever he needed, I will help him. He
actually painted a Christmas scene around the glass house. When someone had a death in the family, he would do a personalized sympathy card that he would paint. God blessed him and said, here's a grant that we came across. He was able to go to school. If Ray could dance, he would, because he was happy.
I notice you're very in tune with every sound here.
Because I am involved with a lot of the guys, sometimes I listen for certain voices to see what's going on. Because we are veterans, we have a camaraderie, so to speak. My guys are graduating and leaving. When Ray left, it hurt. But now the fact that he's able to see his dream now, and that makes me feel good.
U.S. Vets, they help me get housing. Once I got my own place, now I really feel my freedom. Every time I show people, they go, man, you're living well. Painting is a joy. It's a pastime. It keeps me busy. Now I can't do it at my own place.
I love his artwork. I have cards from every year.
That card right there in my counter, that's one of my first ones I sent my sister. That's color pencil. If I could help somebody through my artwork, it feels good. Just like the soldier I painted for the family member that passed away. When I gave it to her, she almost started crying. Like my dad taught me. It feels good to help somebody.
After you've been out the program 6 months, you can come back and work. And that's what Ray's gonna do. That's what veterans are about, what we can do for the next man.
My youth was taken away from me. It's hard to rebuild again when you're older. But it's baby steps, little by little, day by day. I would like to thank U.S. Vets for accepting me, giving me a room and bed, helping where I'm at now.